I've been fascinated by the Bedouin culture and the desert since I was very young. As a child, I immersed myself in the stories of Gustav Weil, and what captivated me most was the life in the desert and the unique way of living of the Bedouins. The desert has always been that magical place that draws me in. So, these are our impressions from spending time with a Bedouin named Mohammad and his wife Uta. The Baharia oasis is located roughly 380 kilometers southwest of Cairo. It is the most northern oasis in the western Egypt desert, and it's often known as the Outer Oasis. This oasis is surrounded by black desert, a striking landscape born from volcanic activity, composed of dark basalt and dolerite rock. Just before the sun disappears below the horizon, we arrive in the Black Desert. The Baharia Oasis is the starting point for the further journey into the White Desert. In the warm evening light, the sand dunes glow as if covered in gold. This is where we set up our camp for the first night in the Black Desert, where the wind sweeps slightly across the sand.
Genau, ja, Kokos auch. Also ich kann es nicht.
Aber wenn ich alleine koche für uns beide in meinem Haus, dann koche ich keinen Reis. Dann gibt es Kartoffeln in jeder Variante.
The White Desert, a 3,000 square kilometers national park, lies southwest of Cairo. Its chalk white limestone was formed 8 million years ago when the giant sea flooded the land.
Welcome in White Desert.
After the water retreated, the ancient seabed was slowly carved by wind, sand and weather. Today, the desert is a gallery of surreal sculptures. To really understand the desert, Mohammad and Uta showed us their lives, living as Bedouins and guiding travelers through the desert. They told us about their hopes, their memories, and why the desert is their home.
My name Mohammad Hussein Ahmed.
Mein Name ist Uta Mohr.
I'm Bedouin. I live now in Oasis Dakhla. but my family came from Saudi Arabia. My family name Rashida family. I'm calling Rashidi. I'm Rashidi from Rashida family. Our family come beginning when the Islamic start to come to Egypt with the army from Prophet Mohammed. Our grandfather come with this army and stay while in our Egypt and then come to Oasis. And then we come from this part.
I come from a completely other direction. I'm born in Germany. My home city is Stralsund. And like you, I had a dream, come to the desert, and I always was thinking how the Bedouin can live in the desert. And 20 years ago, I came with my German husband to Egypt with a book about the Western Desert and the oasis in the Western Desert. And 16 years ago, I started to travel in this area. And yeah, you can say since 16 years, I also live in the oasis Stadler.
Yeah.
With the Rashida family. I was traveling alone from Cairo to all oases. And in this journey, I arrived, of course, also in Dakhla. And I got the advice to go to a special place to look for the sunset. And I was walking in the city. I don't know everything there and find it's far. And there was a big place. And I found a jeep, Dakhla Bedouins, so they call them. And I was thinking, okay, they speak English, you can ask there. And I asked it there, and the nice guy gave me the advice where I can walking, and I start to walk again, and he followed me and asked me to bring me to this place because it's a little bit far. Yeah, and this was Mohammad. And then we know each other. And the funny thing was, in all my journey, I found him in different places. And because he spoke English, the most Bedouin not speak English. Of course, we started to talk together. I could ask him what I need to know. And he was very friendly. Yeah, so we meet each other the first time.
When I was in the school, I not learning much because I was lazy in this language. Was not perfect. I learning little bit. But when I get older and then I start to work, I was driving and I had taxi. Then I was in the oasis. I meet one woman, this German woman. She want to go to the white desert. But this time I was not speak English. A little bit like good morning, how are you, something like this. And she asked me to bring her to white desert. And I not understand, of course, what she want. And friend for me, he have a taxi also, come to me and talk with her a little bit and take her and go. And then this make me fire. And then I say, I must speak English. Then I go to the library, buy a small book, and start to learning. Every day I learning 5 words, and I write it in my hand. Every day I learning 5 words and write it in my arm and my hand to keep it. Time by time I speak it. And then, of course, this time tourists come more and more, and I have training with the people. And then, alhamdulillah, I speak good. Yeah, that's the story.
First, of course, I have to know everything and to learn about the culture of the Bedouins. After we meet each other the first time, I came to the oasis in 2 years, 12 times. So I was long time here. And the Bedouins are very friendly. They have a big, big hospitality. They told me everything about them, what I need to know. And yeah, Mohammed and me, we find out our love is the desert. And I was in Egypt with my German husband, he died. And the sheikh of our family invited me to live with them. He say also they will take care for me. But I'm a German woman and okay, live. This I choose, I find it great. I think I must do something for my life by myself. And yeah, then our talking find out we can make the desert safaris together. Mohammad is a specialist. He is born there. He know everything. We started, this is now 15 years ago. We start by zero, step by step. The people know
We make
us.
our name.
Yeah.
We make our name.
So?
Richtig.
Richtig.
Very interesting.
What we share is a love and a desire for the desert. This place feels like another planet where silence is a luxury. For thousands of years, the Bedouin have learned not only to survive, but also welcome guests into the world. Their hospitality is more than a tradition, it's a legacy passed down from their heritage. But how do they preserve these values in a world that has become more and more curious? Mohammad and Uta have found a way. Instead of living in the desert, they offer individual and spiritual desert safaris to travelers.
The tours are very different. The most famous, what the people know about the desert in Egypt is the White Desert. We are now the White Desert. So this is one of our main trips. Should take minimum 4 days. That you have time in the desert, and also we start in Cairo, Luxor or Hurghada. The most times, and this is a big journey, you need this time. It is not possible for us to make it in a day, come and go. We want our guests really can enjoy.
Yeah.
Yes. No? So in this short journey, we see the White Desert and the Black Desert because they are close together. But other trips, longer trips, we travel to all oases and see the desert around them. In Dakhla, we can go in the beginning of the Great Sand Sea and the sand dunes. That's many guests like. And our program by time get bigger. So we visit also Fayoum. We visit the oasis Siwa.
Aswan.
We go to Aswan and in the desert way to Abu Simbel. A very great journey because you have on one side the desert with sand dunes and hills and the different colors, and on the other side you have the Nasser Lake. So this is a very impressive contrast. We not have fixed programs. We ask our guests, you are interested for what you want to see. We have guests, they want make meditations in the desert, or otherwise there are many archaeological places in the oasis. I ask them how many time you have, what you like to see. And then we talk together about the program. Sometimes the guests say, we want to see all, bring me to the best places, then we make a journey as a surprise, like this. So it's very different, and this is what we like, not to go always one trip into one place. We are very flexible.
Black desert is like came from volcano. That's make black, the mountain black.
Basalt and dolomite, this is black stone from volcano activities. The Black Desert is very old, but geologic, this area from the White Desert, it's just 10, 12, 15 million years old.
And also White Desert, this was like ocean, sea, because we find many fossil, or you find a lot thing in the desert here from the sea.
Yeah, we walk on the ground from the ocean before. For me, it's the contrast. You come from the Black Desert, you have the volcano mountains between sand dunes. And it's not far from each other. You drive about 50 kilometers. Geologic is this like nothing. And then you be in a completely different area. And you see around us white. And also every area in the White Desert is different. This is fantastic to see this contrast and also what the nature do. And the history from the earth. You see also in the Black Desert, it's much older. Then you see what the sea give us, what led it here now. I asked them if they already have experience about the desert. The most don't have this. You need just your private things, or what we need for camping, for food. Should have good shoes, not really trekking shoes, but good sport shoes like this. It's very practical is to have a scarf. And the dresses should be from natural material, so we can cover our skin a little bit because the sun is very intensive in the desert. Go also to springs, and so we can swim in the spring or make us fresh, so you should have swimming dress and a towel. We go in the desert, but not too deep, and we have between the hot spots sometimes the possibility to buy new things, and so it's easy.
We begin the third and final stage of our journey into the sand dunes of Karawin, entering deeper into the boundless sea of sand, where even the silence seems to take on a speaking voice. We chase across the hot, loose sand in the jeep, following Mohammad's experience until the perfect spot appears between two sand dunes, surrounded by nothingness. For Bedouins, every trip is also a tradition. Finding the camp is not just a matter of luck, it's more experience and a special skill. Here we set up our camp for the night. It's a perfect place where fire, stars and tales from the past bring the desert to life. Question that's followed me since we met Mohammed and Uta is: how does Bedouins' ancient way of life fit into our modern world as the world races forward? What will it take for the next generations to hold on to their traditions here, to keep the desert's heartbeat alive in a world that never stands still?
This area calling Karawin, Sand Dune Karawin, this about 50 kilometers from Oasis Farafra. Yeah, Bedouin mean as a Bedouin strong like a desert, move like a wind,
Soft like the sand, forever free.
Yeah, forever free. Yeah, when I was child, I was living with a big family, 40 years, live together. And we was living simple, without electric, without water. We bring the water from the spring, have washing machine, we not have nothing. It was we live simple. We cook by the fire. Yeah, that's our life was before. We was sleeping under the sky outside the house because our area around the house sand dune, and we was sleeping when we was child. We was sleeping outside, look to the star, look to the sky. Yeah, that's our life. I live in Oasis Dakhla. That's about 500 kilometers from Asyut, west side, and about 700 kilometers from the border for Libya. I have modern house now. The people, they have technology, and they have everything, not like before. Now we have modern life.
The modern life means also the children go now to school, like all Egyptian. And if they are good and they like it, and they can study, like his second son is in the university in Asyut.
Everything go now by technology. We have also our work now. We make it how we will get the work like now. It's difficult to live like before without electric. This I can't imagine. But I was living without electric before. But now I can't imagine how I was living in this time. It was, yeah, different. The technology how arrived to the Bedouin, to the people, because the technology has changed the people completely. And they go with this. Where's arrived, they will be. Everyone have mobile, camera, they have Facebook. Life is different now.
This is a big point because this also means that they go more far from their own tradition. And it's like they have to make a spagat. Use, of course, modern technology. That makes also the life more easy. Mohammed was talking about this. But in the heart, they keep to be Bedouin.
Yeah, our plan is keep the Bedouin way. We can learning many things, but we Bedouin. Inside us, Bedouin, not change.
Mohammad Rashidi, a native Bedouin of Dakhla, has been closely connected to the desert since his childhood. His knowledge of the secrets of the desert and his love of nature make him an expert guide for desert safaris. Uta Moore, a German adventurer, came to Dakhla Oasis many years ago and immediately fell in love with its mystical atmosphere. She decided to settle here and share her life with the oasis. For over 15 years, Uta and Mohammed have been leading desert safaris together through the breathtaking landscapes of the Egyptian Sahara. Their tours not only offer visitors the opportunity to experience the beauty of the desert, but also an insight into the life and culture of the people who have lived there for centuries. Through their work, they have built bridges between cultures and promoted understanding and value for the desert's unique nature. For Uta and Mohammed, the Dakhla Oasis is not just a place to live. It's a home. It's a source source of inspiration and a connection to something greater than themselves.
شكرا. My name Mohammad Hussein Ahmed Muhammad Zidan Jabal Rashidi, Bedouin.
My name is Tamor from Germany, but in the heart, I'm Bedouin.